Yo, welcome to Papa Smokes Coffee and a Spliff. Called the Spliff. I don't have any coffee today. It's a little too hot for coffee. It's supposed to be over 100 here today. In the Theater is a poem I wrote that I wanted to read and do aloud. In the theater, not the movie theater. That the one that's lasted as long as we've been performing each other. The theater. The one that'll never go away no matter how much technology we bring to telling a story. The theater. The one where dialogue is so masterfully crafted and delivered we can't believe it's a show. The theater. You never cry harder than you do in the theater. You never feel that punch to the chest more than when you're in the theater. Whether it is outside or in, the pleasure is never a sin. The show on the stage before you sometimes can inspire a change in view. To be able to bring it from within over and over again and have each performance be its own kind of romance. It's one private seduction with each and every production. No matter how many shows are in the run, bringing it from within until the last one is done. The performing art that we forget, as if it's some sort of dirty secret. The theater is all around you. Simply change your view and watch the performances and the players. See what lay within the layers. You never know who's going to be watching you to see if you live your words true. The ones who bring it from within do it again and again. It looks different, and sure, some things change. But the more something changes, the more it stays the same. And forget who used that verse first. Google it if you want, but please don't give me any curse. Go enjoy the theater you never knew, the one that's always right in front of you. What kind of inspired that piece is the cinematic view that I apply towards life. That if you step back for a moment and kind of think of your life as a movie, and you are the character, the star of that movie, the only way that your story changes is if you make changes within. Because your story will always be within the context of your character. The law of reflection kind of helps keep that in place. Whatever you're projecting is what's going to reflect back at you. Think of life as the movie Groundhog's Day. You know, we always repeat the same experiences. History repeats itself until it's changed. That's karmic law. Very simple. History repeats itself until it's changed. We've seen it throughout human history. Forget just your life. We've watched it play out through human history. Everything old is new again. History repeats itself until it's changed. When you take a moment to do some of the things that I do, which Friday nights is my community service night, where I take what I do on the available services page on thechurchofrockandroll.org, and anybody who talks to me for 5 minutes outside of the club, The Basement, in Chico, California, gets the benefit of those services. The individuals that come to this particular club, I have really enjoyed getting to know over the last about 8 weeks that I've been hanging out in front of this club and talking with people. I've built some really strong connections with people that are the beginnings of friendships that I know are going to last for a long time, as well as making connections within the local community who can be of assistance while I do what I do in trying to build an artistic community that's a sustainable community within my hometown of Chico, California. A facility that has a small recording studio, a small film studio, a glass blowing facility, a sculpting facility, and grows all the food themselves, has a small restaurant, a shop for the glass blowing, we also grow our own hemp as part of the design that I'm looking at. So we also have a hemp store for hemp products, a restaurant that does something similar to what John Bon Jovi does with the one he opened up, that if you can't afford it, well, guess what? You get to eat anyway. Also, as part of the community, the artist community center, is a auditorium that can act as a theater for film, a theater for stage production, a concert hall, a performance center for a comedy troupe, or any other type of art that needs a stage. With the recording studio, you've got it open to the public for a small service fee, with people there who are operating it. The artists who live on the commune within that community, maintaining it, they get to use it for free. Same thing with the film, and it gives the filmmakers the opportunity to go out in the community and film commercials or whatever for a lower cost, because, well, we're sustainable in taking care of our needs, but at the same time we're giving back into the community and doing things to make a little extra cash in case we wanted to go traveling or something, but not being solely dependent upon what we do to make a living, because we're taking care of ourselves. The other thing that I would also want to have in this is a music store that's got vinyl from our local artists, as well as working with other artists within the area to have their stuff produced. It's, to me, building a model for what every community should have. Every community should have its art complex, so to speak, where the artists go and they work the land and they work on their art. And they have retail outlet center as part of it for being able to sell their art and make a little extra money to do whatever it is they want to do. That's kind of what I do on Friday nights. That leads to Saturday mornings where I'm drinking water because I had too much coffee last night. I don't drink alcohol. I'm a recovered alcoholic. And with that, I want to take 5 minutes. Let's take 5 minutes. And look at your own personal life and think about, what if your community had an art complex that was a sustainable community? What other kind of sustainable community complexes would you put together for an entire city? Think about that for a while and have fun with it. And I'm going to go back to doing whatever it is I do when I'm not doing this. Later. Bye-bye.